Okay, welcome back to my new video on functions. And functions are central to any programming language. So in today's lesson, we will learn about functions with a few different examples. Okay, so let's jump right into the IDE. So I'm already in the IDE. So I'm going to create a new directory. I'm going to call it functions, okay? And within the functions directory, I'm going to create our usual Go main file, okay? All right, so I'm inside the main function. So let's go outside the main function. So I'm going to declare a new function. It could either be at the bottom of the main function or at the top. So I prefer to put it below the main function. So to declare any function in Go, we start with the keyword func, and then we pass in the name of the function. So let's call ours add, okay? And inside the parentheses, we're going to declare two variables of int type, okay? So the first one, we call it a int, comma, and b int. And then we're expecting a return type of int, okay? So within the function, we say return a plus b, all right? So that is all to it. We've declared our function. And let's declare another function called func, and then we call it triple plus, okay? So the first element is A, B, and then C of int type. And then we are expecting an integer type as a return type, okay? So we use the keyword return A plus B plus C, all right? So you can notice here that we haven't declared the type of these two variables, A and B. So we see how we are going to play around it and see how it works. All right, so let's now go into our main function and call these two functions inside our main method. So we call add. So once we say add, you see it's expecting A and B as integers, and then the return type as what? Integer, as you can see at the far right. So we pass in, let's say 30 and 50. Because we are expecting something back, we can say results is equal to this, and then we want to print results. All right. So we can also call triple plus. So we say triple plus, and then we pass in the three values in that order. All right. This also returns some output, so we just call it out, and then we print out. Okay. So I think that is all to it, calling a function in the main. So to print out this, we can even call it A plus B plus C and then we do this, and then this side we format it as a plus b, all right, so that we can have a nice printout. All right, so let me run this. So as you can see, a plus b is 80, and a plus b plus c is 105. All right, so let's declare our another function. We call it func, and then we give it a name, sum. We call it sum numbers, okay? So within the parentheses, we declare our variable numbers, and then we give it a space, and then we do 3 dots, and then we pass in integer, or the type of data type we want to pass in. Okay, so there are a whole bunch of them: float, integer, unsigned integer, and a whole lot, but we want to pass integer. So what these 3 dots means is that we can pass in a list of integers, okay? Right, so once we pass in a list of integers, we want to sum them up. So we're going to write our logic as total equals 0. We initialize our total variable, and then we use the for loop to iterate over our list of or array of numbers, and then we sum them up. So we use the range, and then we say numbers, and then we do total plus equal to number. Okay, so total plus or equal to number, and then we say return total. So our return type is an integer, so we specify our return type as integer. So you can see this goes away. So now let's call this function in our main. So we're calling it what? Sum numbers. So now we can pass in 30, 50, 75, and 90. And then we are expecting some results back. So we can print this and call it summation is S. Okay. So if I run this, so you can see the sum of these numbers. How many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4 is 245. Okay, so you can see we didn't specify the list of all variables, but we just use one variable, and with the help of these 3 dots, we are able to loop over these numbers, and then use the for loop together with the range to sum the numbers up. Okay. Yeah, so I think that is all for now. So if you have any question about how to define a function in Go, you can put a comment in the comment section below. And there are also tons of libraries or documents, books that you can reference on how to declare advanced and advanced functions. So this type of declaring function in Go is called a variadic function. Variadic. Let me put it here. Variadic function declaration. Okay, so you can check this word out, and there are tons of books out there that can tell you more about how to make use of it. So there are also higher order functions that you can make use of. As we go along these tutorials, I'm going to talk more about higher order functions, and I'll explain more into detail. But start playing around this basic way of declaring functions, and then I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.